welcome everybody. And welcome, young ladies and gentlemen. This is your special day. You've been preparing for it for 3 years or maybe even 14 years. But basically, I remember you coming in at Camp Dial View in this very gym, signing up for everything and sitting in the multi-use room, all brand new and ready to go into middle school. You had left elementary and you are absolutely totally ready to take on middle school. And now here you are 3 years later and you're ready to take on high school. This is a transition that we are very, very confident that you will make beautifully. Now, if you look around, there are quite a few people here to celebrate this event with you. We have parents, friends, siblings, tons of different family members, and they're all here because they're very proud of you. We also have a lot of staff members here who I'd like to introduce. I'll first introduce myself. My name is Michelle Cooper, and I'm very much the proud principal of Dial U. And over behind me, we have the fabulous Patricia Bannister, who is the vice principal of Dial U. Video production. We have Mrs. DeAngelis, who is the history teacher as well. We have Mrs. Cheryl Johnson, who is our math teacher. Mrs. Paula Leffler, English teacher. And we have Mrs. Sylvia Chatanier, science teacher. Mr. Carl Kaiser, our instrumental music god, is back here. Many of our students here claim that they are musicians based on their extraordinary leadership by Mr. Carl Kaiser. We are so excited to have him. I know I have a lot of other teachers here, and I'm wondering where they are. If I could acknowledge them. Maybe I'll check them later and say their names at the end, but now it's time for us to acknowledge two very, very, very tired parents. These two parents co-chaired, but what was really interesting was the thing they liked the most about Dial U was how safe and clean it was. The thing they hated the most was all the rules and gum duty and some story here. And it's actually too long and I'm not going to read it. But I am going to put it in the newsletter. But what it is a declaration of self-esteem written by 50. So, I'm going to go ahead and skip that, but what I am going to say is that you need to go out there when you leave here in an hour and 10 minutes, not here, but the school, in an hour and 10 minutes. You need to go out there.
How to face challenges, deal with disappointment, and achieve success. Through all of it, we have all made new friends and grown well. We have had many challenges over our 3 years of Dial U. Work has become more difficult each year, and each year builds on what we learned the year before. Some examples are in 6th grade, we were doing simple algebra problems, and now in 8th grade, we are solving quadratic equations. Also, in English, in 6th grade, we wrote a one-page summary, and in 8th grade, we are learning to write clear and concise essays. We also worked on the History Day project, which was the biggest challenge, I think, for the 8th graders this year. We worked 6 months, taking notes, finishing a rough draft, and making the final changes on our project to make it the best it can be. We are all getting smarter, and we see a lot of changes in people and friends throughout the years. People have friends that they didn't even know in 6th grade. We all came together in 2004 from different elementary schools and formed new bonds to make new friends. Some friends have parted ways and made new friends with others in my grade. We used to be small, puny 6th graders in 6th grade. Now we are tall, strong 8th graders. We are ready to face the challenges that await us in high school. We have all experienced disappointments also. Not getting the grades we wanted because of not studying for a test or doing badly on tests, or also missing work. Things occur with friends such as fights and disagreements where friends don't talk for a long time. Also getting in trouble and having to scrape gum up for a half an hour, or getting detention after school because you're talking in class. What defines us is how we overcome those disappointments and make good of them in the future. Learning from mistakes can bring success. In middle school, everyone has accomplished many things. We have all finished huge projects, such as the country project in Spanish, the career project in math, and the artist PowerPoints in English, and especially the history project. We have all made it through 3 years of middle school, studying hard and playing hard too. We are about to graduate and move on to high school. Within the 3 years, we have all learned to celebrate accomplishments, overcome disappointments, and face challenges with a positive attitude knowing that we can succeed. To the future class of 2011, I congratulate you on graduating Valley View and wish you the best of luck in high school. Thank you.
That one break day didn't last for long.
By the time March came, school appeared to be dragging on. The History Day projects appeared to be coming to a rush end as rumors for deadlines were heard. Lucky for us, the due date was long away in May, or at least it would seem so. In English, we continued to have weekly power words, and in science, our messy sides came out making slime, which our homework was to play with it. Eating pies and goodies while reading stories was in store for us on March 14th, aka Pie Day. Maybe March wasn't so bad after all.
April held some high points and some low points. The high points being the big field trip and spring break. The low point being the history project record. Our long haul of school without vacation was finally over, and we were all very happy to have a week off. While most of us spent spring break vacationing, some of us did spend it working on our history project. With 6 months of notes, interviews, and research behind us, it was quite difficult to tie it into a project when the background topic is in time form. While some of us were slaving away at our history projects, about 20 of our 8th graders spent spring break in Washington, D.C. They also visited in New York, Pennsylvania, and many other tourist attractions on the East Coast. When school picked up again, we started on a good note. Big field trip for science was a refreshing way to begin our last few months here at Valley View.
May presented Marine World Open House and the long-awaited due date of our History Day project. Marine World did have to relate to school, unfortunately, so everyone had to fill out a not too thick science guide. We also built miniature roller coasters in science, which was really fun. Acceleration, velocity, and gravity were practically ringing out in our ears. The History Day project due date was filled with poster boards, PowerPoint presentations, and so much more. At Open House, all of the projects from every class were displayed. Parents and siblings were able to see what we've been working so hard on throughout the year.
And here we are today, June, the end of it all. Even though possibly the shortest month here at school, June could have easily been the busiest. Between finals, parties, and History Day presentations, we found ourselves being very busy with the little, if any, homework we had. Our first big event was awards night, where many of us received awards for academics, electives, or extra activities. Yet in between all this fun, we still had finals and tests in many of our classes. Next came the field day with more fun games and yet another dunk take, and then our 8th grade party with fun dances, games, and food. Through the stress and the fun, we seemed to have flew through our days and end up here on graduation day.
From Pie Day to Game Day.
From portraying slaves on an African slave ship,
Portraying scientists breaking up the periodic table.
We have finished perhaps our longest year here at Diablo View.
on this middle part of our middle school career,
We have gained confidence,
Knowledge.
and maturity on our 3-year path through middle school.
Mackenzie, Laura Savory, Megan Shepherd,
So before we send you on your way, of course, you know Miss Cooper and I would never get away without a few words of wisdom. So my congratulations to the class of 2007. You made it through middle school. And congratulations to all the parents. You made it through middle school. I remember starting at Diablo View just as you did 3 years ago. And it's been exciting to watch you grow and develop as the young people ready to embark on a new adventure. Recently, as Ms. Cooper mentioned, the students completed a survey. And there were a couple interesting points that I found too, that first of all, everybody kind of acknowledged that this was a wonderful place, a beautiful site. And we are fortunate to have such a nice campus. But the other one was, besides that, was about rules. And the survey, all the 8th graders said, too many rules. Congratulations, parents. Your children are growing up. This is a very normal thing to do. And young people are always going to say, oh, there's too many rules. But boys and girls, it's important to remember that rules are there for some reasons, and I want to welcome you to life. Life is a journey with lots of rules. You definitely, though, are ready to embark on the next step. Take advantage of every opportunity that is going to help you continue to grow into the wonderful people that we surely believe that you all are. Your teachers and staff will miss you here at Diablo View. And I hope as you continue to navigate the rules of life, that when you see that sign that says, keep off the grass, you'll all think of us at Diablo View.
Okay, now, talking about rules, before we dismiss our promoted 8th graders, I need to give the parents some rules. What's happening right now, the kids are going to leave, we're going to try something new. What ends up